everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed night. I am having a blessed night. So, today is my birthday. Today is Friday the 13th. I turned 50 years old today. I turned 50 years old. Yep, I am 50 years old. Look at this. Look at this. I, I'm 50 years old today. So, this topic that basically I want to talk about, right? This topic that I want to talk about, this topic is really important. The reason why it's really important because I know we as people, we just keep making the same mistakes. We just keep falling and stumbling. And many of us are stumbling and not getting back up. What I mean by that, we're stumbling, we getting back up and doing the same thing. So it's like you stumble, but you still fall down because you're not getting up, meaning that you're still in the stage of of falling. You still in that position of staying down, right? Because if you're gonna keep doing the same acts of stumbling, that means that you still on the floor. That means that you have not learned the lesson. And the reason why that I brought this topic up of stumbling is because there's an actual physical stumble, right? By the decisions that we make in our life, we can stumble upon the decisions that we make in our life, right? And then there is a stumble that is a trap that you cannot see with your eyes. You understand that? I'm going to break down both of those. I'm going to break down both of those. But the stumble I'm talking about is the actually falling and doing the same acts that cause us to stumble in the first place. We just try to find different ways and different avenues of doing it. Oh, I stumbled this way. Well, I did it this way. Maybe I'm going to do it a different way. The reason why you're stumbling because you did not change people, place, and the thing, and you did not change your heart, mind, and soul. Do you understand that? That's why you keep stumbling, is because you did not change people, places, and things in your mind, body, and soul. That's why we keep stumbling on the same acts, on the same subjects, on the same things, right? And that's physically because we try to learn other avenues and other ways to do it a better way, which all is the same thing. Because if you got the same attention to doing the same thing, it doesn't matter which way you do it. You haven't changed your heart, mind, and soul. So you're gonna stumble. You're gonna stumble. How you doing? How you doing? So you're gonna stumble. So it's safe to say that we need to change people, places, and things, mind, body, and soul. This is an actual true fact. I learned it all too well because I kept stumbling and kept stumbling and kept stumbling and kept stumbling, meaning I kept doing the same acts. So I was getting the same results. And after a while, you're going to get tired of it. After a while, you're going to get tired of it. How you doing, light turtles? How you doing? After a while, you're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna get tired of doing the same acts. You're gonna get tired of stumbling and not getting up. You're getting up physically, but your mind, body, and soul is still on the floor. Understand what I'm saying? Because you keep doing the same acts. And as you keep doing the same acts and stumbling, time is ticking. You getting older, you getting older, you're gonna get older, you getting older and older and older. Time is passing you by. You understand what I'm saying? Like 20 years ago, you are still in the same position, in the same acts, doing the same thing. You feel me? You have not elevated because you keep going in the same acts and stumbling on the same thing. Some people may get it at the age of 50. Some people may get it at the age of 60. Some may get it at the age of 30. It depends on how fast the creator wants you to get the lesson because there's a lesson in it. And a lot of people don't understand in your stumbling, there is blessing. There lies blessings and rewards. You just gotta have sense enough to understand and to see that it's a blessing that you keep doing the same acts. You feel me? Because you could end up dead and gone and doing these same acts and the acts that you're doing. You could end up dead and gone, but you keep repeating the same thing year after year. You understand what I'm saying? So there is a blessing and a lesson in you stumbling upon life. It is experience. How you doing, rap? How you doing? So we have to understand as people, we're going to stumble upon life. It's not to stumble, it's to get the lesson, basically. It's to get the blessing and the experience that's there when you stumble upon life. Now, that's physical right now, right? That's a physical lesson that we must address. Now, there are traps and plots that you can stumble upon that you cannot see with the eye, the physical eye. That there is a trap for you, so you can stumble upon it, so you can fall into the pit of fire. You understand what I'm saying? There's traps there for you that's planted, so you can fall into these traps. So you can't stumble upon these plots and plans against you, so you can stumble, so it could be the end of you. And a lot of these things is what is in our communities. It's in our community, it's in our societies that these traps and plots and plans there that's planted for us so we could stumble, so we can't repeat the same thing over and over again. Like for example, ended up in jail doing 10 years, coming home, doing 5 years, coming home, doing another 8 years over there. You understand what I'm saying? These are the plots and plans and the stumble that is there for you and there for you in the community. Anybody that would like to stumble upon this life is there for you. It's there for you. Whether it's openly or secretly, it's there for you. Majority of stuff is secretly because all we know is what we have in our community, which is gun, drugs, and alcohol, all of these things. But you have the spiritual plot and plan against you. That's there for you too, for your demise. So in your stumbling, there's blessing. There is blessing. It lies blessings for you. So don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as a positive that you are here so you can stumble. How many people that you know that's not here that stumble upon life? They not here no more. They dead and gone. So you are the lucky ones to still be here so you can stumble upon life so you can figure it out for yourself and your loved ones. You have to figure it out. It doesn't matter what age. You have to figure it out. And the only way to figure it out is you stand back, right? Relax, regroup, and look into yourself, look into your life, look into the mirror, and ask yourself, is this where you want to be in this place, in this sunken place, which is called what? Which is a place of individuals that stumble upon life. Ask yourself, because you can stumble upon life, right? But you can also, in the same token, lift yourself up. There's nothing wrong with that. We all know this. So, I wanted to just tell you this because I was sitting there in my house, I was sitting there in my bed, and I was like, yo, I got to tell them this because we stumble upon life. We've been stumbling since we been at birth, man. The odds been against you, the odds been against us. How much more you gonna, and endure, stumble upon, life? How much more you gonna endure? Keep stumbling and stumbling and stumbling and stumbling and not getting up and not getting up and not getting up, falling into traps, whether it's openly or secretly, stumbling upon life and traps and plans. So it's all up to you at the end of the day. You have to get tired of your condition. You have to get tired of where your life has ended up. It doesn't matter what age you are. You got to say to yourself, I'm not stumbling no more. But it's okay to stumble because in stumbling and going through, a sunken place, there lies blessings. There are light right there. There's light. The creator is there to lift you up after you get that ting inside your head. He is there to uplift you. It's okay to stumble, but it's one day to keep staying down. And a lot of us stay down, even though we woken up and we walking, we still in that sunken place. We still in that position of being stumbled. We didn't get up because we keep repeating history over and over and over again. Time keep going, thinking that we slick, thinking that we can get away with this, thinking that we're gonna get away with that. Nah. So I'm here to encourage you and tell you that it's okay to stumble because your stumbles are actually blessings and lessons and experience that you need to learn for yourself and your loved ones. It's an actual true fact. But it's also a way for to keep you down. You pick and choose your poison. You pick and choose which road you want. You want to stay down or you want to learn from your lessons and level yourself up. You pick and choose that. I pick and choose learning from my lesson and actually, right, understanding the plots and plans of me stumbling. How about that? Weigh my option out. Put the Alpha Omega, the creator, the Almighty first, right? And then set my plans. Actually, see if I go that way, that's not going to be a good way. If I go that way, it's not going to be a good way. If I go that way, it's going to be a good way. But if I go straight, this is the way that I need to go, even though it's long, right? But I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get there. And that's what you should say to yourself. It's okay to stumble, but it's one thing to stay down in that position on the floor, even though that you up, thinking that if I do it this way, I can beat the odds. No, no. Change people, places, and things, mind, body, and soul. People, places, and things, mind, body, and soul. That will also help you will stop stumbling upon plots and plans, whether it's openly or secretly. What's up, Brandy Game? How you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe to the dopest channel out right now on YouTube. This is all big facts. Without you, I would not have this channel. Without you viewing, without you sharing, you liking this good content, I really appreciate it. This channel is growing, growing, growing. And we right up there with everybody else. With all those guys and all they got all them subscribers over there, 400K subscribers, 500K subscribers. We right up there with them. Because you know why? We putting out the most content and we putting out the most video and we being consistent, right? We're not stumbling. See, we're not stumbling, right? There's one thing to stumble and there's one thing to stay down. You understand that? So we learn to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. We're not going to stumble. If we do stumble, we're going to get up. We're going to learn from our lessons, right? And we're going to keep it moving. That's what we do. We're not going to stay down. Exactly truth. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great, great, great night. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace.